So, okay guys, today I am going through a couple of knives. My personal ones, they need some touching up. Got this VG10 steel, and I don't know the brand of this one. I've had it for ages. It's a decent knife. And I have this Wusthof icon. I'm not too sure about the steel on this one, but it's on the softer side, I guess. As for the stones, I'll be doing, this one is pretty bad, so I'll be going quite coarse on that one. I've decided to go with the Shapton Pro today, exclusively. So I have the 120 grit one. This is going to go rough up this knife. There's some chipping on it, so I just want to get that out of the way. For the other one, I reckon starting on 320 grit should be enough. That's it for the coarse ones. As for medium, I'm going 1000 grit. Reckon that should be enough. I have these M15 as well. It's basically the same stone, only mounted on a wooden slab, but I'm going to leave that out. Just stick with the standard ones. For the Wusthof, I'll be putting a 2000 grit edge on that one for finish. And for the VG10, I'm a bit torn between the 5000 or 8000. I reckon 5000 should be plenty. So I think that's the plan. And I got my straw pair as well, which I will be using for final finish. For the setup, I have my old sharpening pond. This one, just something I put together. It turns out pretty alright. It works. I got a plastic container in here with some water and stuff. Hero bridge, which is just a bit too long, but it works, and my trusty old spring-loaded stone holder. So yeah, that's the setup. Yeah. So since the last time, we actually hit 1,000 subscribers. So that in turn means some advertising and stuff on my videos. I haven't quite figured out how that stuff works yet. I'm gonna try as far as I can not to make it unbearable. But it's fun to see the channel growing. It was a humble goal of mine a few years back to get 1,000 subscribers, and well, we'll just see where this is headed. But yeah, that's it for the chit chat, and let's just get to it. So I'll be starting with the knife that I know is chipped. I'll just put these guys to the side. The Shapton Pro 120 is a quite coarse stone. I'm not too fond of the feedback of it. It feels quite lifeless. That sounds bad, doesn't it? But it gets the job done. When I can, I tend to opt for the 320 grit instead. But now I don't want to spend half an hour rubbing on this knife while you're watching. So we'll just get the job done, I reckon. Let's just find our angle and start working. We got a good burr on there, which is what we want. But I know there's some chipping on it, so I need that. I'm not paying too much attention to the burr right now. I just want to know that working in the right spots and keeping an eye on the evenness on the bevel. I don't want to work one particular spot too much. So we'll flip it around. And I like to do the heel down here to do this one as well, but I find that when I go up here I tend to lose the angle, so short strokes, this works best for me. And yeah, looks all right. The heel is always important because it's easy to miss, and always inspect as you go. Because it's easy to miss the small spots, like the tip and the heel are easy to miss. So I'm happy with the bevel. It's even from the heel to the tip. A little bit more on the heel it is. Like so. The flip. Hope the camera isn't shaking too much. Being quite heavy-handed at this point because I just want to remove a lot of steel at this point. I want to say that we are getting there, but I have made that mistake before. There's definitely still a few chips there. They are smaller though, so I haven't been uploading videos lately. I've had a kind of a break after we took our summer holiday. For those of you who don't know, I work as a teacher, and my kids, I got 4 of them. They have also started their summer holiday, so I've spent some time with them. They're sleeping now though, so decided it was about time I did another video, as it's been a while, but I'll try to keep up the pace. But I might be I've done videos on most of my stones, so if there's anything in particular you want to see, I'm open for suggestions. I have some new stones coming in. Got some finish slate that I want to try out. That's going to be an upcoming video. I had good results on those. As well as some Japanese naturals. Like a, I don't know what's it called, Binsumi, or this one in particular. I'm gonna do a video on this one. Let's see if you can get it good. It's not too fine though. It's around 2,000 grit ish. You don't measure natural stones and grits though, but it leaves that kind of finish. But we'll have a closer look on that coming up, and yeah. So some guys were asking around about a polishing video, so I actually tried to do one. Spent quite a lot of time doing the progression. And I had to film it in stages. The kids were around and there was a lot of noise. I guess after, I don't know, it took 3 days. And when I tried to patch together a video from it, it wasn't usable at all. But I got a good, quite a few good images on the microscope, so I might, I want to use those and highlight why amongst other things, why I use 2 different 1,000 grit stones in the same polishing progressions, which is quite nice. Still have some chipping going on here. I'm glad we used the coarse stone for this. Oh. We're not going to spend this much time on the other stones. This is the coarsest stones for me are always the thing that takes the most time, because you want to set the bevel right, and when you do, you don't have as much work to do later on. So spend the time on the coarser stones and it'll ease your job a lot going forward. Okay, just a couple more passes and we are there. There's always just a little bit more than you think. Just a little bit up here as well. So now they are about gone, and at that point I just want to make a couple more passes just to be 100% sure. I always rush a little bit more than I should when I'm making a video. I don't want to keep you guys for too long, but hey. So now I have the burr all along the edge underneath here. So I want to do at least 5 full single stroke passes. That's what I do at least. And I check, do I have the bevel on the entire side? And I do. And I flip the knife over and I do the same on the other side. And we got the flip bevel, single stroke, got it, single stroke, and we got it. And at that point, I'm finished with that knife on that grit. How are we for time? Oh, Jesus. Time flies when we are having fun. But we do have this camera thing that it won't shoot for more than a half an hour before I have to restart it, and but we do have time to set the bevel on this one as well. Looks a lot nicer, and just for the heck of it, we are going to go with the Shapton Pro 320, which is, as I mentioned previously, a stone that I prefer to start on. It's one of my favorite coarse stones. So let's go. A lot softer steel and a lot, more precise feedback on this one. It's just a pleasure to work on. It just screams at you when you got the right angle. And the friction on it is just amazing. So already we got a good burr on this side. So I'm going to flip the knife. No chips in this one though. And it's got a good belly on it, so I can work the heel on top of the stone, which I do prefer, which I do like. So now we should have, a good burr on that side as well. Just rinse it off and do a quick inspection to see the size of the bevel. Have I worked any spots too hard? Which is unlikely. Now, I just spent a couple of minutes on it, but it should be enough. Got a good burr. Like the other knife, I'll just do a couple of passes. Feel for the burr. And we got it flipped. Single. Got it. And a single. And another single. And we got it. So that's it for the course. Where is it? There is it. This is it for the coarse stone on this knife. So spent quite a lot less time on this one than the other one, but it's just an amazing stone to work on. I really highly recommend the Shapton Pro 320, and it's a stone that I use it as often as I can. So now we're done with the core stones. We need to move up to a medium one. 1000 grit is my preferred choice. Unless I'm going with Naniwa, I'll do the Chosera 800 at this point. Before I go up to finer grits. So 1000 grit, I tend to go with Naniwa, the Chosera 800, which is a stone that I really like. It's been a while since I did the Shapton Pro 1000, so it's going to be interesting to get a feel for it again. Just make sure this is wiped clean of the previous grit. And we go back to the first knife. Got the burr on the underneath here, so we'll start on that side. And oh yeah. So the Shapton Pro stones are excellent for speed, and the feedback on this 1000 grit stone is quite similar to the 320. Actually, it's I tend to forget how comfortable this stone is to work on, and it's fast as well, as I said. So let's see there. We got a good sized burr on the other side. At this point, all the heavy work is already done, so I don't want to spend too much time because I don't have to. I'm probably overdoing it already. Got the burr on the other side, and just as I did on the first time, do 5. Just feel. Get the burr. 1, we flipped it, and again we flipped it again, and that's really it. So let's try the stone on a little bit softer steel. It's not as good of a feedback actually, a little bit more lifeless. But still, it's still very, very good. And keep in mind that how I feel about it is highly subjective. And this could be bang on for some of you. And we got the burr on the other side here. So we have set the bevel. We are starting to refine it. And I'm just doing quality checks as I go to make sure that I'm working the edge like I want to. You could even ease up on the pressure a little bit, but it feels like we are where I want to be. At this point, I'm leaving the VG10 stone, no, the knife, I'm sorry, and I'm sticking with the Wusthof, and I am just going to increase the grit from 1000 to, let's do 2000 grit. Let's see what we can do with a 2000 grit edge. Just make sure it's the right stone. Like so. So this is a stone that I don't use too often, and like the other one, it's going to be fun to have a revisit. So it's a lot less friction than on the 1000 grit. I've eased up the pressure quite a bit. I don't want to cut into the stone at this point, although the stone is quite hard, especially if you compare it to, say, like the green brick of joy. Got a good shine on the edge, a good burr on the other side as well. It could be from the 1000 grit stones. I'm just going to work this a little bit, just to feel. Got a small burr. It's supposed to get smaller as you increase the grit. And with very light pressure at this point. I'm just checking on it. So at 2000 grit you can still feel the burr. So you want to take a couple of really fine passes at the end. There's something on the stone here. Like so. And let's see, before the camera shuts off, how we did. So there's a couple of ways that I remove the burr from a finished sharpened blade. One is I run the edge into the grain of the wood. That'll pull off some of it before I strop it. So this is a leather strop, which is fed with some Luxor green compound. Luxor is a kind of stick. It's let's see what we got. Oh, it's one of these. I dissolve it in some oil and rub it into the leather, and it's done me good. So let's see. Hair is popping off at least. Let's see how we did. Let's get some newspaper. So that's not too bad. Whoop. Oh. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's see if we... It's shabby. At least the small amount of hair that I have left on my arm. My left arm, that is. As it should be. So I'm quite happy with that. That's a good edge on a 2000 grit stone. And if you compare the time I spent on that knife and the other knife, it was done in just a couple of minutes. So I'm going to reset the camera now, and we will go on to the VG10. So next and the last knife, we previously got it up to 1000 grit, and we are going to jump over the 2000 grit. Oh no, not 8000. Let's go 5000. On this one. This one I have used a little bit. At least it looks like I have. Just make sure it's clean. Get some water on it, and let's go. So at this point it's just skating on the surface, and you can see the metal coming off, but it's quite hard to get a good feel for what the stone is doing. So this is why I tend to personally go with let's say Naniwa or Mori High for the finer grit stones. I tend to prefer those because I find this one to be a little bit lifeless. This one I'm sharpening by hand. Again, that's my opinion. Yours may differ, of course. And I just want to spend a little bit of time here. Almost sounds like there's something on the stone. So I'm going to... This is a cleaning stone. cleaning Nagara, actually from Suhiro. Just going to clean the surface. And I did that because it sounded just a little bit gritty. That might have been from the previous stone that I haven't cleaned the knife as well as I should have. But let's try again. That's better at least. So we got that side skin. Sounds like there might be some inclusions in this, or it's just, you know, some stubborn grits from something else. Maybe the sides. I usually chamfer the sides. I haven't done it on this one for some reason. We should be good. Fine. It's 5 as well, and that's good. Do 2. Just trying to remove the burr at this point. Let's create more. Should be always sharp. And I think I'm happy with that. Looks all right. I'm just curious if we got all the nicks. Looks like it, but we will do a test to see. I'm going to do the same thing here that I did on the other. Let's see how that turned out. There's no more hair left. Let's just see how it feels. Feels alright. Oh, there's a nick. I knew it. Good on the middle. Still a little bit of burr on the tip. And yeah, there's just a small little nick there that I missed. But that's going to have to do. That's it's my wife's knife. My knife's wife. How it should be. But yeah, I think I'm going to have to be satisfied with that. Let's see if the tip improved. Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah. There's that, and that's that. And yeah, so I'm going to have to call myself done. I'm quite happy with how the knives turned out. Of course, I could spend more time on the the VG10 blade with the nicks in it. Probably should go a little bit easier on the bevel on that one. Probably shouldn't need to go as fine as I did, but all in all, it's going to be great for the kitchen. And I suspect the edges could have been a culprit, but just for the next time, it's going to work the chamfer the corners a bit. So it's good to be back at it again. I appreciate the comments, and I hope you continue to comment, and I'll try to answer as many of them as I can. And yeah, as I told you, please leave suggestions down in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys if there's anything in particular you want to see. Coming up, I'm thinking about the Japanese natural stone that I showed you earlier, and I've got some finish. Oh, it's got slate. Got this puck. I have a table stone as well. That's back in the corner there. But yeah, I've had good results on those lately, so I wanted to do a video on that as well. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna get this cleaned up, and I'll see you guys in a future video. Hopefully, it won't be as long of a wait as it was for this one.